Hello. Hello. Having a little sage today, whenever you're seeing this. Hope everybody's doing great. I thought I would read from this book tonight, Women Who Run with the Wolves. The very end here. Shadowing, this is from chapter 15. Shadowing, canto hondo, the deep song. Shadowing means to have such a light touch, such a light tread, that one can move freely through the forest, observing without being observed. A wolf shadows anyone or anything that passes through her territory. It is her way of gathering information. It is the equivalent of manifesting and then becoming like smoke, and then manifesting again. Wolves can move ever so softly. The sound they make is in the manner of los ángeles tímidos, the shyest angels. First, they fall back and shadow the creature they're curious about. Then, all of a sudden, they appear ahead of the creature, peeking half-face with one golden eye from behind a tree. Abruptly, the wolf turns and vanishes in a blur of white ruff and plumed tail, only to backtrack and pop up behind the stranger again. That is shadowing. The wild woman has been shadowing human women for years. Now we see a glimpse of her. Now she is invisible again. Yet she makes so many appearances in our lives and in so many different forms. We feel surrounded by her images and urges. She comes to us in dreams or in stories, especially stories from our own personal lives, for she wants to see who we are and if we are ready to join her yet. If we but look at the shadows we cast, we see that they are not two-legged human shadows, but the lovely shapes of a something free and wild. We are meant to be permanent residents, not just tourists in her territory, for we are derived from that land. It is our motherland and our inheritance at the same time. The wild force of our soul psyches is shadowing us for a reason. There is a saying from medieval times that if you are in a descent and pursued by a great power, and if this great power is able to snag your shadow, then you too shall become a power in your own right. The great and good wild force of our own psyches mean to place its paw on our shadows, and in that manner she claims us as her own. Once the wild woman snags our shadows, we belong to ourselves again. We are in our own right environ and in our rightful home. Most women are not afraid of this. In fact, they crave the reunion. If they could this very moment find their lair of the wild woman, they would dive right in and jump happily into her lap. They only need to be set in the right direction, which is always down, down into one's own work, down into one's own inner life, down through the tunnel to the lair. People, to the lair. Then they go on to I'll just read this little poem. It's a couple paragraphs later, but it says, as a child, Opal Whitley wrote these words about reconciliation with the power of the wild. Today, near eventime, I did lead the girl who has no seeing a little way into the forest, where it was darkness and shadows were. I led her toward a shadow that was coming our way. It did touch her cheeks with its velvety fingers, and now she too does have likings for shadows, and her fear that was is gone. All right, I think we like it. We want to end it right there, guys. And in true fashion, I'm sending you so much love and a little bit of happy dappy spray. That was kind of deep, I feel. So we're going to spray some hawk, the spirit of that beautiful, uplifting hawk. I say hawk, Hulk. I hope everybody's great. And I like that. I like that passageway into the new dance with the shadow. Mwah.